Hey guys, welcome back. I hope everyone is doing good. So, as we are trying to learn DevOps and get into the roles of DevOps in 2025, we can see the key tools and technologies which are trending in DevOps. Okay, so if you see the most popular job titles of 2024, the first one is software engineering, and next is DevOps engineer. Then it is site reliability engineer, platform engineer, and if you see here we see DevSecOps engineer as well. So software engineer, it will be always at top because it means like both the front end and back end, everything is included in this. But in case if we see of DevOps engineers, site reliability engineers, platform engineers, and DevSecOps engineers, so all these roles are related to DevOps, and most of the openings are related to those things, and all these roles will have similar tools. Okay, so let's see all those things. So if you see DevOps and site reliability engineers are with 10% and 8% respectively, and we have platform engineers as well, like 6%, and DevSecOps like 5%. So totally like 30% of job market it's related to DevOps. So there is no doubt like we have huge openings. Okay, so it is still one of the most popular technologies in around 2024 and 25 coming forward. So we can go ahead with those with confident. Okay. If you see Kubernetes is still one of the top trending technologies. So we have like different Kubernetes service providers. So one is Red Hat OpenShift, AWS EKS, Azure AKS, and Google GKE. So most of the organizations they use one or the other tools related to these things. So just you need to be strong fundamentally with the Kubernetes concepts, and you can easily play around with any of these providers. Okay, so there is no major difference. The all the configurations and then topics and everything is related, just it is by different providers. So my top recommendation will be to go ahead with the Kubernetes because all the applications are and all the companies are moving towards microservices. So definitely we will have a huge role with respect to Kubernetes. Okay, so next, so if you see the average minimum pay, actually it is like 1,35,000 dollars, and then maximum it goes up to 1,88,000 dollars. Even in India, with the experience of 5 to 7 years, you can expect like 20 to 35 lakhs easily. So there is a huge demand for these technologies. And next, when we come to Docker containerization technology, so as of 2024, Docker holds around 32% of global market. So it is one of the leading players. So definitely we should learn Docker because it is the main thing when it comes to microservices. So you will be creating the Docker images, and then those will be pushed into the Kubernetes containers. So you should concentrate on all the topics related to Docker, like writing multi-stage pipelines. Those are very popular now because you will be reducing the image size gradually, and then you can enhance the performance of your applications by increasing by reducing the time to deploy and by different things. And also, if you see, like 59% of developers are using for compiling, testing, and building software. So it is quite popular. So this will be the second tool. And next topic is this is like very popular nowadays. It is like infrastructure as code. So converting your entire infra as a code. So Terraform is the leading player in it. So currently we have like 24,644 customers, and it captured like 33.14% of market share, and it is ranking number one. So next to this is Ansible is its competitor. So actually Ansible is a configuration management tool, so you can learn that as well. But this IIC infrastructure as code, Terraform leads. Okay. We have different tools which provides IIC. When we come to AWS, we have like AWS Cloud Formation and Pulumni. Many things are there, but Terraform stands out. Okay. So focus on Terraform. It is also in high demand in the cloud and DevOps market. And coming to the CICD, so this is one of the key tools. So when we see, actually 54% of users have told like they are still using Jenkins. So it's quite popular and it is open source. So you can go ahead with that one. And next stands GitHub Actions and GitLab CI. But it has like a huge support for Jenkins with n number of plugins. Like you can integrate any tool with Jenkins. So it is quite popular, and as it is open source, it is highly adapted. So in case if you want to learn CICD, I would recommend to go ahead with Jenkins. And scripting is one of the key parts in DevOps role. So Python is quite popular because you can use Python for automation and you can use for APIs and for application development. So it is quite popular and very easy. And next we have Bash. So as most of our servers are based out on Linux, so Bash scripting is also quite popular. And third is JavaScript. So it is also like very popular nowadays. And Go is another very popular tool because all the modern tools like Kubernetes, everything is written in Go. So it is also quite popular. And in case if you want to handle concurrency issues, then you should go ahead with Go. Okay. So very popular one are Python and shell scripting. So in case if you are beginner and if you want to try out, I would recommend Python or shell scripting. Any one of them, you can go ahead. And cloud computing. So if you are going for a DevOps role, then cloud computing is another major thing which you have to know. And as we see here, so AWS is the leader again with almost like 31% of market share. Next stands Azure with 20%. So Azure is also quite growing rapidly. But I would recommend to go ahead with AWS first in case if you are learning and if you try to move to DevOps, then you can gradually learn Azure and Google Cloud because all of them are similar, just the services names will be different. So you should understand the concept like what exactly the things does, so you will be able to go ahead. So AWS is quite popular, and I would recommend to go ahead with AWS as it has the most market share, and it will be easy for you to crack jobs. Okay. And Linux. So Linux is an integral part of DevOps. Okay, we can't avoid that because whatever tool we use or whatever we do, Linux will be in our day-to-day role. So if you see the data, as of 2019, like 100% of old supercomputers are running on Linux, and if you see 96.3% of first million web servers run on Linux, and even Facebook, YouTube, Google, everything is hosted on Linux. So by this, we will get to know like how popular that is, and I would recommend going through all the basic commands and trying out shell scripting, everything, so that you will be getting familiar with that term. So just start with small commands and try to understand like how those things work. So it will be of great help in day-to-day activities. Okay. And next thing is monitoring. Okay. So no matter like how many servers you deploy, like in production and in real time, actually we will have like hundreds of clusters. Okay, monitoring each and everything manually, it is like near to impossible. So deploying monitoring tools to take care and alert us based on any issues is one of the key things in DevOps. Okay, so Prometheus and Grafana are like very famous tools which are open source, and it is quite popular. There are different tools like we have Datadog, and even like cloud native tools are there. But as Prometheus and Grafana are open source and they are quite popular, I would recommend you to go ahead with Prometheus and Grafana for now. Once you are comfortable with these things, then you can try out different tools going forward. And another important concept coming to DevOps is like DevSecOps. Okay, so if you see the total value received by ransomware attackers, okay, in 2019 it was like just like 0.2 billion. Then in 2022 it was like close to 1 billion. Then it has reached 1 billion, and again it has reduced, and now it has crossed 1 billion and it is close to 1.1 billion US dollars. So you should assume like how much amount is going towards the ransomware attackers. And if you see here the cost of data breach for each country, so if you see like US leads with almost close to $10 million. Okay, and even India is in that list, like almost close to 2.2 million US dollars. So when we see why these ransomware attacks happen, because there is some vulnerabilities in our application, and something is there. So what we can do to avoid these things, we can implement security in each and every step of development. So instead of directly pushing it into production and enabling security in production, we can include the security in each and every step, so that we will be able to avoid that before it goes to the production. So we will be using like different tools like SonarQube, Trivi, and OSWAP, and many other tools. So we can integrate that in different stages of pipeline, so that we can fix the bugs and vulnerabilities in the early stages itself before it goes to the production, so that we can avoid these things. Okay, so implementing DevSecOps in the DevOps is very important, and try to implement the CICD pipelines with the security in core, so that we will be able to save huge bugs to the company. Okay, so these are the key things. So these are the key tools, like mainly focus on Kubernetes, Docker, and for CI/CD I would recommend Jenkins, and cloud I would recommend AWS. And for scripting you can go ahead with Bash or Python, whichever you prefer. Both are good in the first level, and then also you need to focus on monitoring, because that is also like one of the key things. And we have to focus on ISC, infrastructure as code, Terraform, because that is one of the trending technologies, and it will be a key thing in your resume. So it will be recommended. And then Linux, it is our daily job to work with Linux servers. So knowing Linux is very important. So okay, guys, this will be helpful as you have already started learning DevOps. It will be a great start for you. And if you like the video, please like it, and hope you will have good new year. And thank you, guys. Bye. See you in the next video. Thank you.